Alright, today we're doing the tangent and sum difference of angles formula. Two more formulas to add to your list. Now, I know one thing you may be saying are, where are these formulas coming from? Well, we're going to derive some of them in class. I can show you how this one is derived in class. It's a little catchy, but we can go through it. But for the most part, in Algebra 2, all they want you to do is be able to manipulate the formulas. How they're used and where they're derived from comes more into pre-calculus and especially calculus, so you'll hit on all that next year. But for now, here they are. Tangent of A plus B. Again, there are shortcuts to remember it, and I remember A plus B as such. There's a plus on top, so the opposite, there's a minus on the bottom. And then likewise, if it's a minus, it's the same on the top and the opposite on the bottom. And again, these are used to find exact values. So no decimal approximations this chapter. It's all going to be exact values. So here's our lovely quarter of a unit circle. And I can add on 1, 0, and 0, 1. And again, exact value. So I have to use these numbers, 60, 45, 30, or multiples thereof. So 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. You get the idea. So 15. And again, I can use the tangent of A plus B. I can find two of these exact angles that add up to 15. Or I can use the tangent of A minus B. Well, in this case, it can't be A plus B, because the only things that add up to 15 would be numbers less than 15. And the lowest number I have here is 30. So I'm going to use tangent of A minus B. And right here I can see that the tangent of 45 minus 30 will indeed get me 15. Now, I'm going to clean up my page here because this one is going to be a lot of Algebra 1 involved, and I'm going to need a lot of space to do it. Okay. Tangent of A minus B, if I write down the formula, says the tangent of A plus the tangent of B all over 1 minus tangent A times tangent B. Alright, so let's start putting our numbers in. The tangent of 45. Alright, well, tangent of 45 says take sine and divide it by cosine. That one's not bad, that's 1. Tangent of B, let me look at 30. 1/2 divided by radical 3 over 2. And that is radical 3 over 3. 1 minus, well, at least now when it says the tangent of A times the tangent of B, I already have my answers right here, so there's no use going back to the unit circle because it's going to be 1 times radical 3 over 3. Now comes all the algebra part. 1 plus radical 3 over 3, 1 minus radical 3 over 3. No, they don't cancel out to -1 because one's a positive and one's a negative. But this is one of the reasons why I like my shortcut, the John Travolta, for multiplying, adding fractions together. If I put that under 1, I can get 3 on the bottom, 3, and radical 3. Remember, the shortcut is multiply across to find the common denominator, back to the left, back to the right, and then put a plus sign in the middle. I'll do the same thing right here. Back to the left. Sorry, cross gets me 3. Back to the left gets me 3. To the right gets me radical 3. And in the middle I'm going to have a minus sign. Or, once again, you could have said, alright, it's going to be the same exact answer because they're the same exact numbers. The only thing that's different is one was a plus sign and one was a minus sign. So I'm going to get the same exact answer except plus and minus. Now I have to remember that when I divide fractions, I take the numerator and multiply it by the reciprocal of the denominator. So the 3's cancel out. And no, you're still not done. I told you this is a lot of Algebra 1 involved here. Your last step, finally, is you have to rationalize the denominator. We did this earlier in the beginning of the year. Remember that if it's a binomial on the bottom, you have to multiply by its conjugate. Okay, when I multiply this by the conjugate, I have to FOIL out the top, or hopefully you remember how to FOIL quickly. 9 plus 3 radical 3 and another 3 radical 3 is 6 radical 3. Radical 3 times radical 3 is 3. 9 minus 3 on the bottom, because the whole point of having a positive and a negative is so the middle terms cancel out. 9 and 3 can get added together as 12. And 9 minus 3 is 6. And guess what? You're still not done, because you have a binomial on top that's being divided by a monomial. So 12 divided by 6 is 2, 6 divided by 6 is 1, and that, my friends, is your final answer. Please write this all down and make sure there's great notes taken on this, because tomorrow in class, when you're lost in how to do it, I'm going to say, well, let's look back at your notes and see what part you didn't understand. If I don't see the notes, you're not getting any help. Now the easier of the two problems they'll have here is this. The tangent of A plus B. Now look closely what they have here. Tangent of A plus B. If we write down the formula, tangent of A plus tangent of B over 1 minus tangent A tangent B. If we start looking, see what I'm circling right here? The tangent of A is 4. Every time I see the tangent of A, I may replace it with a 4. So right here, the tangent of A. The tangent of A. Oh, I can just replace it. Every time I see the tangent of A, I replace it with a 4. So that gets replaced with a lovely 4. Don't do this. This is what I see kids do. Oh, the tangent of 4. No, they're not asking me to take the tangent of an angle whose measure is 4. They already told me the tangent of this angle A is 4. They've done it for me. So don't put the word tangent there. Plus the tangent of B. Well, they already told me right here the tangent of B is 3. So every time I see the tangent of B, I may replace it with 3. 1 minus tangent of A is 4, tangent of B is 3. Wow, look how much easier this one is. 7 over 1 minus 12, negative 7 over 11. And again, Algebra 2 will put one or the other on the regions, and it's all about, can you read and can you decipher? Are they asking you to actually find the tangent of an angle? Like over here, we didn't know what the tangent of A was. We had to figure it out ourselves. But over here, on this problem, they told us what the tangent of A is. So there is only substitution to be done. And again, if we wanted to do tangent of A minus B, look how easy it is to do. And often the regions will put the two of these together because it's the same exact problem as over here. All I have to do is switch my signs. So instead of 4 plus 3, it's 4 minus 3. Whoops. That should have been a plus sign right there. And on the bottom, it's 1 plus 4 times 3. And again, we can figure that out. 4 minus 3 on top is 1. 1 plus 12 on the bottom is 13. So that's what they're testing you on in Algebra 2. Can you tell the difference between these two tangent formulas?